Okay, make sure you use a pencil on this work because if you try to use something else, it will kind of bleed through the pages and mark up your other pages. Plus on this one, you might need to erase. So I'm using a pencil and hopefully you can see this because it's kind of dark. The light isn't really good right now. But let's look at what we're doing. We are in our workbook and we are working on page number 7. And we are looking at complete sentences. That was one of our goals that we're working on. So let's try to figure out what a complete sentence is. All right. It says in our directions, sentences. A sentence is a group of words that tells a complete idea. The words are in an order that makes sense. The sentence begins with a capital letter. Many sentences end with a period. And it's showing you that this is a period, and actually this sentence ends with a period. So we're going to look and see what makes a sentence and what doesn't. I have many friends. This is a complete sentence. It tells you who you're talking about and what you have. This is not a complete sentence. Many friends. Now think about it. If you were on the playground and I said, many friends, and you'd probably be thinking, what about many friends? But if I was talking to you on the playground and I said, I have many friends, then you would understand. So let's look at the two choices we have here. First, we have to pick the sentence. Once we pick the sentence, we practice writing it on the line. So, first one, you might not be able to read it, but I'm going to help you. 2 cousins. If I just came up to you and said, 2 cousins, you'd probably be waiting for me to finish my sentence. And you'd be thinking, well, Mrs. DeMonte, what about the 2 cousins? Let's look at this one. I have 2 cousins. If I came up to you and said, I have 2 cousins. That makes sense. You might be waiting for more information. You might be waiting for me to tell you a story about my 2 cousins. But this one is the sentence. So we're going to circle that. And we're going to carefully write it on the line. Remember that sentences start with a capital. And you might not be able to write as fast as I do. You know, I've had a lot more practice than you have. Many years more. So pause the video and go back and write your sentence. What does a sentence end with? A lot of them end with a period. Let's choose here which is a sentence. We jumped in the pool. Jumped in the pool? Does that make sense? If I just came into you and said, jumped in the pool, wouldn't your question be, who jumped in the pool? So that one is not a sentence. This one is. This is the one we're going to write on the line. Did you also notice? Started with a capital, ended with a period. Now watch your J because your J hangs below the line. You might have to write kind of small to fit this on your line, but they've got a halfway point for you so you know where your lowercase letters fit. Jorge is my cousin. How about the sentence, is my cousin? Well, that one's kind of weird. You're missing something. Is my cousin, you'd be waiting for me to finish the sentence. Not a sentence. Jorge is my cousin is the sentence. So let's write that on the line. Start with a capital, and this is a name, so it gets a name capital because it's a name. and it gets a capital because it starts the sentence. Remember, pause the video. I don't expect you to write as fast as me. I just have to get this done so I'm in my video time, my time limit. Number 4, my grandma. I love my grandma. Well, that one makes sense. I love my grandma. If I just say my grandma, you're going to be thinking in your head, what about my grandma? You can watch me write the sentence, then pause it so you can write the sentence. Don't forget that period at the end. Here we go. We built a clubhouse. Built a clubhouse. You choose. Which one makes sense? Built a clubhouse? Built a clubhouse? Or we built a clubhouse? Which one makes sense? You're so right. We built a, and then clubhouse is 2 words put together to make 1 word. You may have heard of this before. It's a compound word. Don't forget that period at the end. I'm going to go back and check my sentences. Capital period, capital period, capital period, capital period. Oh, look, I forgot to circle my sentence. Let's do that. Capital period. So you always go back and check your work. You know something I forgot? I forgot to put my name on my work. So I better go back and do that. You can do that too. I won't let you have to watch me write my name. You write your own name.